Double life exposed. I was halfway through screaming at my husband in the kitchen, sauce bubbling over on the stove, when he accused me, again, of cheating with the neighbor. His eyes were wild, and for the 100th time, he demanded to know where I'd been last night. I told him the truth, that I was at my sister's house, but he sneered like I just confessed to murder. This had become our routine, his accusations, my denials, and the silent treatment that followed. I thought maybe he was just insecure, or maybe I was doing something wrong without realizing it. Then, last Friday, he left for a business trip and forgot his wallet. I didn't snoop, but I noticed a train ticket sticking out with a different city on it, one we'd never even talked about visiting. Curiosity gnawed me all weekend, especially when he didn't call, not once. I went out with friends to distract myself, tried to forget, but the gnawing anxiety twisted my stomach until he finally walked back in, looking like he'd wrestled a ghost. I asked, point blank, why he'd been so secretive about the trip. He just shrugged and said work was stressful. A week later, I got a call from a woman whose voice sounded eerily familiar. She said she'd found my number in his pocket, and she asked if I was related to him. I told her I was his wife. There was a long silence before she said, I'm his wife, too. That's when the pieces crashed together, his random trips, his late-night phone calls in the bathroom, his obsession with accusing me of cheating. He'd been living a double life, and every time he accused me, he was projecting his own guilt. I confronted him with the truth, expecting a fight. But instead, he broke down and admitted everything, how he'd married her before me, how he'd always been terrified I'd do to him what he was doing to me. I wanted to scream, to throw dishes, but all I could do was stare at him and wonder how I'd spent years trying to prove my innocence to a man who was never innocent himself. The real betrayal wasn't just that he had another wife, it was that he'd made me doubt myself, all while hiding a secret so enormous it almost swallowed me whole.